when you explore the world, you discover the great diversity, both in terms of nature, but also in terms of culture. So that really helps you to put your own values, your own lifestyle in perspective, to just see it from different vantage points. So eco-labels are a very clever system. The idea is that some organization defines a set of sustainable practices. Then farmers, producers, companies decide to adopt these practices. If they do, the second step is that someone comes and verify whether indeed they've complied to the standard. If they do, they receive a label, like these two, for instance. Forest Stewardship Council for timber, Rainforest Alliance for coffee, tea, chocolate. If they have the label, they can communicate to the consumers that their product is more sustainable, is better for nature, and better for people also. Then us, as consumers, we can decide to buy these products, and therefore, through our consumption, we are helping to save the world. We are helping to make the world a better place. There are many eco-labels. It's very difficult for the consumers to be knowledgeable about all these labels. So on one hand, we need to educate ourselves to better understand what they mean. In the same way as when you go to vote, you have to educate yourself about the program of the different political parties. But also, increasingly, some retail stores decide to certify all their production. Therefore, the consumers does not have to understand all the subtleties of these labels. He can just rely on the brand of the retail store to know that most of their production will actually be eco-certified. So conservation, nature, and our own happiness really go together. They are not antagonistic. It's not either or. They go together. If we think about the history of the human species, our ancestors spend a lot of time hunting or gathering nuts and fruits in nature, and they had to be very good at understanding how nature functions, at tracking animals, at finding edible plants, at memorizing where wildlife was roaming. And this happened for thousands of generations. As a result, our culture and maybe even our genetic material has been selected for our ability, for affinity with nature. As a result, today, even if we live in a city, when we go back to a forest or to some beautiful green space, somehow we feel that we return home. We feel this affinity, this happiness, this well-being for being in this beautiful natural environment. If we look at the current situation of the environment, we could easily despair because there are big challenges in front of us. My advice is just keep hope, always think about the solutions, always think how through our own innovations we can find a solution and a better way to occupy this planet.